Well, after their best performance in conference play this year, a 177 win over the preseason AAC #1 picks in the UAB Blazers, the number 19 ranked Memphis Tigers are back on the court tonight. Taking a trip to Tulane, Penny Hardaway said it was easy for the Tigers to get up to play the Blazers and make a statement. But now it's about finding the motivation for every conference opponent left on the calendar. And that all starts tonight with the Green Wave, a team they haven't beaten in New Orleans since 2020.
I think they're starting to understand that we want something bigger, right? So I asked them the question, how do you guys get into the mind frame that myself and Nick have from being here and understanding that we let the rope go last year and that we can't do that this year and that every game is personal when you just got here? And they all just said, hey, man, we're together, we're family, we understand.
In my mind, this is an easy one for the Tigers to get up for. You talk about them wanting to go beat UAB because they were the preseason #1 picks and won last year. Tulane is a team that I think they also get up for. We've seen Memphis struggle against Tulane, obviously, over the years. And naturally, like Penny's saying, it's only really him and Nick who remember those struggles because no one else was there. But it sounds like this team is together. That's been the biggest thing we've heard from Penny all season long, is that this team is different to last year's. They care about what they're going to achieve this year and going and doing something special and not just letting the conference schedule go like they did last year as a team. Obviously, so many guys different this year, only one returning scholarship player in Nick Jourdain, but I think to me this is an easy game to get up for. It's not like Tulane is a bad team at all in the AAC. They're one of the top teams there. I think they're ranked 4th right now. But from Memphis, I really want to see them come out with the same energy they played with against UAB. That was such an impressive performance. We talked about it a lot on Monday, that it was the team that we all knew they could be, and it was great to finally see it come to fruition after so many tight games. I don't want to see them fall back into old habits and play some of the games we'd seen against Wichita State and North Texas, who's obviously a good team, but just those close games that shouldn't be close and don't need to be close. This game tonight shouldn't be close. Memphis should win easily, in my mind. And I want to see that performance again that we saw similar to UAB.
Well, Rachel said it perfectly. I don't think we got to talk about anything else. She put a bow on it. No, you're absolutely right. This is a Memphis team. I think it almost plays to this Tigers team's advantage that a lot of those guys are not on this, or a lot of the guys on this team were not on last year's team, because I think you don't necessarily get the same kind of jitters maybe that you would because you were on that team and you remember what happened. And this Tulane loss that they had last year was part of the 4 games that they lost in a row in the AAC, right? So I think you would probably lock up a little bit if you were on that team. Maybe we'll see that from Nick Jourdain. I hope that's certainly not the case. But for this team, 2020, the last time they beat Memphis in Tulane, I think something about Tulane and New Orleans, the voodoo is a serious thing. I think it might be a real thing because Ron Hunter, the head coach for Tulane, always has those guys ready to play when they take on Memphis. And it's bad enough that you're going to be everybody's quote-unquote Super Bowl T-shirt game, whatever you want to call. Ron Hunter got something against Penny Hardaway because he does not let him win in his building. Shadow boxing before the game. Yeah, these are all things that we've seen. But on a more serious note, Tulane is one of those teams they have a strength where the Tigers have a deficiency, right? Tulane has forced 14 or more turnovers in 4 of the 7 AAC games. They are one of the best teams defensively that the Tigers are going to see this year. In terms of rankings, they're top 3 in so many, 2 of which scoring defense, 68.5 points allowed per game, and field goal D, which is 39%. Now, I'm not saying that the Memphis offense is not prolific, because they are. They're a really, really good offense, but they're going to have to be very judicious with the basketball. They have to take care of the ball. They're one of the worst teams in the country, and we've talked about this before. We talked about it with the Grizzlies as well. They're one of the worst teams in the country at taking care of the ball, which almost doesn't make sense because P.J. Haggerty and Tyrese Hunter, who have the ball in their hands most of the time, are so prolific offensively. So for me, if you can hold on to the ball, even if you don't have 13 or 14, which we certainly don't want to see, if you can hover around between 8 and 10, that's a big improvement. That's going to be more shots, more possessions for this team. And I think if they can take care of the ball, I agree with you, Rachel. I don't think this game will be close.
Yeah, and goodness.
Wow,
Penny,
both of you today. We've got the voice cracks.
Penny's definitely going to get them up for this game because of what Tulane did last year. They stormed the court. A student shoved David Jones on the court, which was ridiculous.
After David missed 2 free throws to tie the game, by the way.
Yes, yeah. After David choked at the end, yeah. And then, of course, they They went on that winless run, and so I feel like they're going to get them up for this game. Also, Hunter's going to do something before the game because he always does. Yeah, that's what average coaches do. They have to do something crazy so they get noticed. And that's what he is. Georgia State before that. So,
Yes,
yeah,
indeed
he's
he was.
got. I don't know where he's from. I don't know if he's from.
Went to the tournament. Took him to the tournament.
Yeah, he knocked off a big team in the tournament too with Georgia State. He's going to do something. These guys are very, very cool, calm, and collected. We're talking about never too high, never too low with Jalen Wells. That's what pretty much this entire team is. Colby Rogers being one of those guys. He's going to be massive tonight. When Colby Rogers has scored 16 or more points, Memphis have beaten UNLV, UConn, Clemson, and Ole Miss. Those are all 4 big, big wins. Tulane ain't any of those teams. Colby can go out there and get 16, add a little bit from Tyrese, and then PJ's going to get his 22, 23, 24, 25, whatever, and keep
How
going.
many?
Yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Keep running it up.
Not 3, not 4, not 5.
But I will say for
6.
Memphis fans, this is a big game. This team is already beloved by the fan base, but if they can go in and get the first win since 2020 in that high school arena down in Tulane,
You're throwing a lot of shots out there today.
It's the second.
Fire them
I'm
off.
pretty sure they're the second lowest attendance in the AAC, which
Well,
is
they're going
pretty
to turn out for
terrible.
tonight's game. You know that.
Well, yeah, because it's free to go. What are you talking about? Ron Hunter's going to drive people to the game tonight. Yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah, what are the students going to do? I mean, the students would rather go hang out on Bourbon Street or whatever.
Yeah.
Than
No,
go
they
to the
get free
game.
hot dogs at this game. They also get like light up little, I don't know what they're
Joke.
called. Like these things, but light up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clappers?
Yeah.
They can,
Thunder sticks.
They can
Those are the
clap
word. That's the
while
word.
Colby Rogers is dropping threes on their head. They're so close. They're going to be so close they can feel the heat coming off of Colby Rogers' body. That's how small that arena is. I'm not exaggerating. It's an extremely small arena, and they stormed the court last year, and about 900 of them were on the court. I think that this game means a lot to the fan base. It means a lot to Penny Hardaway. He wants to get this off of his back. I'm not saying Penny Hardaway dislikes Hunter at all. I'm sure that they're boys off the court, that they're friends.
Respect each other,
There's some,
certainly.
yeah, he has to because he's beat them every time he's come down to New Orleans.
No
So
choice.
Penny is going to get the guys up for this game if they can play the same way they did in the first half versus UAB, and for most of the game against UAB. But going into the half, they had like 4 turnovers against UAB.
And then at 9, 10 in the second half.
Yeah,
kinda got away from
It was kind of a stretch there where they just were, it was lackadaisical passing. If they can clean that up, but Hunter's teams are always so intense. And so that's something that I see them struggling with tonight. But if they can clean it up, I think that there's going to be a patch of this game where Memphis look awful. And it's going to look like they're going to have to climb out of it, which is something that we've seen them do this year, something we haven't seen them do this year. And so I don't think this game's going to be easy tonight. I think Hunter's teams are always great. Tulane's team looks different than they did last year, but I think it's going to be a good game.
All right, well, we'll see what the Tigers are able to do.